Picture a face you've probably seen many times on screen: Dances with Wolves, The Green Mile, Die Hard with a Vengeance, even The Last of Us. But here's the question. How many of us truly know who Graham Greene was? He wasn't just an actor. He was a symbol of resistance, a voice for his people. And his life story is far more complicated, fragile, and heroic than simply being a supporting actor in Hollywood films. Graham Greene was born in 1952 in Ontario, Canada, from the Oneida Nation, part of the Iroquois Confederacy. His youth was far from glamorous, struggling with identity, limited opportunities, and at one point, he fell into trouble with the law. As a teenager, Greene was briefly imprisoned for theft. Society labeled him a failure before he even had the chance to prove himself. But that rock-bottom moment became the turning point of his life. Greene walked out of prison determined to change his story. Before acting, Greene worked as a radio technician. He understood wires, signals, and sound waves, not stages or cameras. But then came a twist of fate. Greene auditioned for theatre school. At first, just to try, but it was there he found his calling. From small Canadian theatre stages, Greene slowly climbed into the world of film, proof that a kid from a small, Indigenous community could claim a place on the global stage. The year 1990 changed everything. Greene played Kicking Bird in Kevin Costner's Dances with Wolves. The role seemed simple, a wise tribal leader, but Greene brought it to life with an honesty and quiet power that stunned audiences. The result? An Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor. For the first time, millions recognized Graham Greene, and for the first time, a native actor stood on Hollywood's biggest stage. But here's what most people don't know. Hollywood wanted to box him in. They offered him roles as the stoic Indian warrior, the mystical shaman, or the silent native. Greene refused. He was angry at the stereotypes that reduced his people to cliches. In one interview, he said, "We're people too. We laugh, we screw up, we're messy. We don't just sit around watching sunsets in silence." His defiance didn't make him Hollywood's favorite. He was sometimes labeled difficult. But Greene preferred smaller, human roles over big ones that insulted his culture. On screen, Greene looked serious, calm, wise. But off camera, he was known as a comedian and prankster. Crew members recalled him joking, pretending to forget lines, or throwing sarcastic Canadian humor to lighten the set. It was a contradiction that made him unique, both sage and clown. Yet beneath the humor lay a heavier truth. Greene struggled with depression, fame, pressure to represent his people, and the weight of expectations took a toll. He rarely spoke publicly about it, but those close to him knew he was both strong and vulnerable. After Dances with Wolves, Greene appeared in major films. The Green Mile 1999, moving audiences deeply. Maverick 1994 with Mel Gibson. Die Hard with a Vengeance 1995. And in recent years, acclaimed shows like Reservation Dogs, The Last of Us, and Tulsa King. Beyond film, Greene also won a Grammy Award for Best Spoken Word Album for Children. And in 2025, just months before his passing, he received Canada's Lifetime Artistic Achievement Award, the nation's highest honor in the arts. Away from the spotlight, Greene lived quietly. He married Hilary Blackmore in the 1990s, and they kept their relationship fiercely private. Despite worldwide recognition, Greene stayed connected to his Oneida roots in Ontario. He never abandoned the community that shaped him. On September 1, 2025, the world lost Graham Greene. He died in Toronto at 73 after battling a chronic illness. His agent's statement was simple but powerful. "You are finally free." Greene is gone, but his legacy endures. He opened doors for Indigenous actors to be seen in all their complexity, not caricatures, but fully human. He proved representation could change if someone dared to challenge the system. Why should you know about Graham Greene? Because his story is a mirror of resilience. A young man who fell into prison, rose as an Oscar nominee, fought stereotypes, and became a cultural icon. His journey reminds us, identity isn't a burden, it's power. And sometimes, the courage to say no can change how the world sees you. Graham Greene may no longer walk among us, but his story will live on in every film, every stage, and in every heart that believes representation matters.